Hey guys and girls, and welcome to another pickup video. Okay, so pretty much like my previous pickup videos, this is more of a collection of stuff that I've accumulated over the last few months or so. And you know, all things considering, with stuff happening in the world at the moment, I'm surprised I've managed to accumulate as much as I have. So yeah, let's not dilly-dally about and let's get started. First off, I'm just going to show a quick accessory that I bought because it is pretty nifty, and you know, yeah, you just got to show this kind of thing off, and that is a a Saturn controller. And so I saw this in CEX. Can't remember how much it was, but I think it was actually reasonably cheap for what it is. I mean, it's definitely Retrobit. It's not a value third-party controller as they would describe it as, you know, USB and what have you. But yeah, I haven't had a chance to try it out yet. But I'm assuming it's, you know, pretty good standard. So I might have to bung that on the on an emulator on there, or maybe on the Mega Drive Mini. So yeah, that's going to be pretty cool to use. I mean, I've already got the pad that comes with the Mega Drive Mini and two additional 6-button pads to go with it. So yeah, that's like 4 controllers right there. So I could have a 4-player Micro Machine off if I wanted to. Right, next up is the Game & Watch Super Mario Bros. Edition. Now, I kind of like this, to be honest with you. I mean, luckily I bought it from direct from Nintendo, so I didn't pay stupid scalper prices for it. But I do like the way that it's been presented, because you can see it's like all very shiny and what have you, well presented on the front, colour screen and what have you. But you take that slipcase away, and it just simply becomes Game & Watch Ball. So yeah, I rather like this. It's got obviously Super Mario Brothers 1 and 2 and Ball, and of course it can tell the time, obviously, because that's what Game & Watch is doing, and you got it right there. If I just switch it on there you go, you can see what the current time is. It's 4:20 in the afternoon. So yeah, I rather like this. It's pretty cool. I mean, I do primarily use it to tell the time with. I don't really play much of the games on there, but I do feel that Nintendo missed a trick with this particular Game & Watch, and they could have used this for more than just showcasing Ball. I mean, I get why Ball's on there, but you know, they could have just put some more Game & Watches on there, especially Super Mario Brothers Game & Watch. That would have been really cool. But oh well, it's not too bad. I mean, it wasn't that expensive, so for what it is, you know, it's all right. Right, next up, this is something that's been out for a little while now, and I've seen some okay reviews about it, but I saw it in B&M. It was rather cheap, so I thought, you know, why not? I'll pick it up. I like this franchise. And it's the Pac-Man My Arcade Pocket Player. Now, for what it's worth, and definitely for the price I'd pay for it, it's not actually that bad. I mean, it's a dinky little handheld. It's pretty cool. You know, the box, you know, it's well presented, you know, and it comes with Pac-Man, obviously, Pac-Panic, which is a block dropping puzzle game, much in the vein of like either Columns or Tetris or whatever. And of course, it's got the isometric Pac-Mania. And you know something, it's all right. You know, it comes with a manual and everything, and there's the player itself. Pretty sweet, you know, as far as build quality is concerned. You know, that's got some real quality to it. I rather like that. Gameplay wise, let's just switch that on. There we go, and you get the choices straight away. For what it's worth, it's not too bad. No, that's right, yeah. Add credits with AOB, then press start to play, which is what I'm trying to do now. There we go. And so for what it's worth, the presentation isn't too bad, but the sound quality is a bit, it's a bit questionable. And see if I can, especially when you hook it up to the especially when you hook it up to a pair of speakers. But you know, on the whole, it's all right. It's fine. And definitely for the price I pay for it, I am most definitely not going to complain about the quality too much. Obviously I'll highlight it because that's what I do, but I'm not gonna complain about it. Whoops. Right, next up, this is a Mega Drive game. I actually bought this just a few days ago, so I absolutely have... I don't think I have any idea about it, although... Now that I mention it, I think I have actually played it on stream before as part of one of my Mega Drive request streams. And that is McDonald's Mick and Mac, the Global Gladiators. Oh, there we go. Shining it in the bloody window. That's going to do a lot of good, isn't it? So yeah, I'm pretty certain I have played this before, actually, now I think about it, because it looks familiar. I can't remember if it was any good, but when I bought it, you know, fella behind the counter goes, oh, good choice, good choice. I don't know if he was like, you know, just trying to get the sale out of me, but you know something, this was what, £6 if I recall. I don't have the price table for it anymore. Oh yeah, because the price table wasn't on the on the case itself. It was on the holder. So yeah, Global Gladiators. Looking forward to giving this a proper go. It's funny because when I've been playing Mega Drive games recently, I've not been using either my Mega Drive, as you would, or the Mega SG. What I have been using is my blinking the Retro Gen for the Super Nintendo. You know, just the whole forbidden nature of playing Mega Drive games on a SNES. Yeah, Global Gladiators. Right, next up I will bring this game out because this is a game I got for Christmas. And when I say I got it for Christmas, I meant like I saw it in TK Maxx. I expressed an interest in it. I was going to buy it myself, but my missus was like, well, I can buy it for you if you like for Christmas and what have you. And I was like, yeah, alright, yeah, we can do that. I mean, I wasn't in any hurry to play this, so, and that is Starlink, the Battle for Atlas. Now, I undenied about it. First of all, this was only £5 in TK Maxx, so I obviously couldn't say no. But I had undenied about it for a very long time, just simply because it... Actually, I can't remember why. I seem to remember it getting okay reviews, I think. I think the reviews were okay, but... Yeah, I've started playing it, and, you know, and I'm really getting into it. I mean, it's not... I'm not, like, playing it every single day just so I can milk the most out of it. You know, I'm playing it, like, every other week or so, it seems to be. But, you know, for the most part, I'm actually enjoying it. As you can see there, it's the this is the starter pack. So it does come with this little ship here, pew pew pew, and it comes with this freeze gun and this machine gun, the shredder, I think, if I remember rightly what it's called, and this little flame gun here. So you know, you get yourself quite an assortment of items with it to start off with, and following on from that, I have actually bought some more gear for Starlink, and at the minute I am currently using this ship right here, and of course it has another pilot, Chase I think her name is, if I remember rightly, and you've got your other pilot down there. Yeah, and she comes with what did she come with? I think she came with this gun here. I don't remember what this gun is because I don't really use it all that often. But yeah, I'm using the flamethrower on her ship in a minute. And I also did buy another couple of guns as well. I got the Shredder Mark II, which is right there, and this gun right here. I can't remember what this one is either. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing on Starlink at the minute. A lot of people have recommended to me to get the Switch version, which I would have loved to get, because I did see the Switch version in Debenhams. I think it was for after, you know, price markdown or what have you. I think it was only going for like 12 quid or whatever. I like the idea behind the Switch version because obviously you can play as Star Fox, but I don't like the idea of having to download the rest of the game onto an SD card. So yeah, so that's pretty much why I'm just sticking with the PS4 version at the minute. Although with the whole CMOS battery controversy regarding the PlayStations 3, 4 and 5 at the minute, it's just, you know, gaming is getting weird at the minute. It just seems like companies don't want you to own your games anymore. Right, next up, another game I got for Christmas. This is a game I've been after for some considerable time now, and my interest in it was also heightened when I read an article on it in Retro Gamer, and that is Area 51, the the classic, shall we say, light gun game. I think it's alright actually. It's not too bad. I mean, it's no Time Crisis for sure, but on the whole, the playability, it's not too bad. And, you know, I'm pretty certain that I'm getting better at it, because I'm obviously getting further in the game the more I play it. But yeah, I don't want to try and use the level select to cheat my way through. You know, I want to try and play it legitimately. But yeah, on the whole, Area 51, it's I'd say it's a lot of fun. You know, I'm definitely enjoying playing it. And in the same breath, I also got this for Christmas, the Japanese version of Area 51. There it is, right there. Yeah, I was only after one copy of Area 51, and I was more than happy to get the PAL version, because as long as I didn't get the Platinum version, I did not want the Platinum version, I wanted the Black Label version. So my missus got me that for Christmas, and she knows how much I like to get the alternate versions as well, shall we say, of games I already own. Resident Evil 2 comes very quickly to mind. So yeah, she got me the Japanese version as well, and it plays pretty much the same, you know, aside from the language difference. But other than that, it's absolutely fine. And keeping the theme with Japanese PlayStation games that I already own, fresh off the back of my I Can Remember Grand Theft Auto video, I now have the Japanese version of Grand Theft Auto, something I didn't realise existed until about, well, for some time actually. I'd say about a few months or so, when I just randomly looked on the Grand Theft Auto wiki, and I just happened to see the artwork for GTA Japanese version. I was like, that's interesting, and I attempted to emulate the game, but I just can't seem to find the Japanese ISO anywhere. So I just went out of my way to buy it, and you can see there you've got some language difficulties. I keep saying difficulties, differences, and there we go. There's what the disc looks like, and language differences, and the fact they use this alternate title screen for the title for the title screen. You know what I mean? Logo. There we go. For the title screen. So that's actually quite interesting. So yeah, I'm actually playing through this at the moment, and I literally have to go off muscle memory for what they want you to do for each mission, because yeah, it's Japanese, so obviously it's going to translate. It's going to describe each mission in Japanese, and of course my Japanese isn't that good. It's all right, but not that good. Okay. Moving on, this is a game I definitely do not have originally in any format, because it's so flipping expensive. However, I saw the Japanese version dirt cheap, and I thought to myself, you know what, the game is what it is. It's not going to be, you know, super complicated, especially when you're playing the battle mode. Bomberman Saturn, or rather Saturn Bomberman, or as it actually is in as it seems to be in the Japanese version, Bomberman SS, which I'm assuming stands for Sega Saturn. I haven't had much of a chance to play through the story campaign, and as you can see there's a copy of Clockwork Knight in there. I'm assuming it's because Bomberman is actually in the Sega Saturn. Yes, I believe it is. Yep, there we go. Saturn Bomberman. Very reflective. But yeah, I think I'm getting on alright with this story mode. I mean, I can just about translate the Japanese menus in this game, so I may have to put aside a little translation guide inside the manual at some point, just so if ever forget what anything says, you know, it's at least it's written down permanently in here. Of course, you've got some lovely colorings in the Japanese manual, always the way. with Japanese. I mean, it's even the same with Grand Theft Auto. Just turn to a certain page and sure, why not? Yeah, we'll go to this one. It perfectly highlights difference. And of course it's the same in Area 51 as well, although we didn't really get to look at the PAL manual. We always know that the Japanese manuals are just going to be much nicer with their warranty cards and what have you, and yeah, just sort of general presentation of the game in hand. So that's that. I'll put that in backwards, but I can sort that out later. So that's that. So yeah, Japanese Saturn Bomberman. It was reasonably cheap, especially compared to the PAL version, which is, you know, commanding stupid money, which I am just not prepared to pay. It's just not going to happen. Right, next up, despite what I said about the PS4 CMOS battery, I do have two more PlayStation 4 games. The first one will probably make Tristabytes very happy, is Tempest 4000. I haven't had the chance to play this yet, but if it's anything like the original Tempest games, or rather the original and the previous Tempest games, then it's probably going to be a lot of fun, and it only cost me £6 from CEX. So yeah, there we go. So I haven't had much of a chance to play this yet, but it does look very funky, and I think it got good reviews as well. So yeah, Tempest 4000. That's pretty much all I can say about that. Right, next up, a game from a franchise that I know we all love, and I know we are playing the current installment of it. Well, I'm not, because I don't have it yet. You know, I've just got so many other games to catch up with. It's just, well, I would say it's probably not going to happen, but I've got to finish off I've got to start number 6 as well. However, I bought this one because it was cheap, first of all, and I'd heard some kind of negativity towards it. You know, not too bad, I suppose, but it kind of concerned me that it came out so soon after the previous one. That is Resident Evil 3. Now, I do like the original Resident Evil 3. I've completed it just literally a handful of times. I think I've only completed it actually twice, I want to say. Yeah, I think that's really the case. I only completed it twice. Whereas Resident Evil 2 original, I've completed that God knows how many times. And the Resident Evil 2 remake, I think I've completed that, I want to say 4 times. Give or take, you know, across all difficulties and what have you. So yeah. But Resident Evil 3, I know a lot of people were crying out for a Resident Evil 3 remake shortly after 2 came out, or prior to 2's release. And I thought to myself, well, they're probably going to take a while to remake Resident Evil 3 if the remake of Resident Evil 2 is anything to go by, so long after Resident Evil Remake 1. But the fact that this came out so soon afterwards, I just thought to myself, I'm detecting rush job here. And I think I was actually right, because if I remember rightly, they cut out the clock tower section of the game, which is kind of a shame, I suppose. But yeah, I did play the demo of this, and the similarity between this and Resident Evil 2 Remake is very, very apparent. But for what it's worth, it was definitely playable. So yeah, I'm looking forward to playing that. Right, next up is a brand new Game Boy Color game. A lot of us may be very familiar with this because we're all starting to get it in the post now, or at least we're starting to get the second wave in the post. That is Super Jetpack DX. I did miss the chance to get the first batch of this, which would have had your name personalised within the cartridge. But now looking back at that, I'm kind of glad I didn't, because now I just have a generic thank you for supporting cartridge without my name in it. So as much as I probably would have liked, you know, my own copy, I think it's probably better in the long run if I were to have the just standard cartridge. And so yeah, it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's very familiar. I can't remember the original game it's based off. I can't remember if it's Jetpack or Lunar Jetpack or Jetman or something like that. I'll likely correct myself in post-editing. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. You know, when I pre-ordered this, you get sent a ROM file straight away once payment is confirmed. And I played that on my Game Boy Advance emulator on the Wii before I managed to get this, and it's actually really good. And you got the cover art there from the very talented Zombie Workshop. You guys should go check him out on Twitch. He does some really good artwork. But on the whole, Quang DX Games, did some really good work on it. So I rather like Super Jetpack. Right, next up is a couple of Switch games. First one I've been looking forward to for a little while now, despite all of the apparent negative response to it, and that is Deadly Premonition 2. I do have the original Deadly Premonition, and I really did enjoy Deadly Premonition. I remember buying it from HMV for literally $19.99, and I think it was new. So yeah, because I'd heard of it up at that point, and I thought, I'd take a gamble on it. It's only a 20 quid Xbox 360 game. What the hell? But yeah, Deadly Premonition is really good. And to be fair, despite people's opinions, critical opinions of this, I suppose, of Deadly Premonition 2, I'm still gonna give this a whirl, because why not? What could possibly go wrong? There we go. Probably not going to focus. Nah, it's not going to focus. I'm not going to bother too much about that then. So yeah, Deadly Premonition 2, a blessing in disguise. Right, next game. This is a pretty weird game on the Nintendo Switch, but then again, Nintendo Switch has got quite a lot of weird games on it, and that is Nippon Marathon. I bought this, if I remember rightly, just for a $5 because it was on sale. I thought to myself, okay, a Switch game for a $5. It's gotta be bad, but what the hell? We'll give it a go. What's a $5? And to be fair, it's alright, I suppose. It's a bit wacky, but then again, it's called Nippon Marathon, and look at the front cover. And to be honest with you, I kind of go for that kind of game. I do like my quirky, weird games, and yeah, it's kind of like it's a marathon, a series of races, and it's sort of this wacky obstacle course racing game. But for what it's worth, it's certainly it's definitely worth a play, if nothing else. I don't think there's a demo for it on the Switch, which is unfortunate, but yeah, Nippon Marathon, that's pretty much all I can say about it. Right, got a couple more bits left to go. I shall start with this one. This is the latest entry in my data discs collection. Ta-da! Anybody with a keen eye can tell that is the... I can't remember which side this is. Oh yeah. That's the Phoenix mirror, and if we turn around the other side, there's the Dragon mirror. This is the slipcase for both Shenmue LPs, which I do have. Of course, I'm pretty sure I showed off the LP for Shenmue 1 ages ago, but just in case anybody out there's forgotten, because I know it's nearby. In fact, I need to move my chair just a little bit more. It's a bit of a struggle to get out. There we go. So yeah, it's a hardened slipcase for both Shenmue LPs. I'll just put that back there because obviously I don't want it to break. But yeah, I haven't actually had the chance to listen to this properly yet, mainly because I'm going through my all of my vinyl at the minute and having a nice little listen to all of them, and I haven't gotten to the Shenmue discs yet. But which one did I go for? Oh yeah, I went for the green disc. That's it. Sega Music. Very nice. So I'm assuming and I'm hoping at some point that they're going to release the Shenmue 3 soundtrack. I'm not holding my breath on that, to be perfectly honest with you, because as much as I was looking forward to Shenmue 3, it's just alright, and it just kind of ends with just like that, really. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, and it comes with a nice couple of art cards as well. So that's Shenmue 2 and the Shenmue 2 slipcase. Should put that back in there carefully because I don't want to damage the Obi. Lovely stuff. And finally, I posted this on Twitter a little while ago, and the massive response that I got for it, well, I say massive in my terms. So yeah, it turns out that this little machine has got a lot of love out there, and that is the PC Engine Mini, or in this case, the PC Engine Core Graphics. I was umming and ahhing about this for a long time. First of all, this was 80 quid from CEX, so I did some calculations. I compared the games on here, on the back, to the games I already own on the Virtual Console, across both Wii's and the Wii U. And I thought to myself, you know something? For all the games that I don't have on here, so obviously I broke the price down between each game, I thought to myself, you know something? This actually probably is going to be worth it. And I saw the prices for it online, and they were kind of like, I'm not sure about that, you know, I like the PC Engine, but you know, I'm not paying that kind of money for it. So yeah, I decided to buy the PC Engine Mini, and to be honest with you, I'm really enjoying it at the minute. You know, the PC Engine really is a nice little system, and I haven't got around to hacking it yet, but I don't know if I would, to be honest with you. I mean, I have hacked my Mega Drive Mini to put some more games on there, obviously, but more because I've got the Japanese Mega Drive Mini. I hacked it to put the games on that are missing from the European Mega Drive Mini, so that's primarily my main goal for that, and a few more games which I thought deserved to be on there anyway. But with this, I'm not sure actually, because it's plenty healthy games as it is. I mean, I'm not going to bother counting it, but there is quite a few games on there, and I really enjoy it. I'm a little saddened that it's only got one controller with it, but I've recently learned that my hoary PS4 controller, if I can ever dig it out, the whole point of my controller tub is that I can pull all my controllers out. Yeah, I've learned that this little controller here works absolutely perfectly with the PC Engine Mini, and the reason for that is I opened this up, and it turns out that Hori had a lot to do with this, if not completely to do with this, because their logo is on the main motherboard, so no wonder this works on it. So there we go, guys. That is everything I've picked up over the last few months or so. Much like the previous pickup video, it'll probably be a little while now before I post another one. Although that having been said, the London gaming market, assuming everything goes well with the with the state of things in the world at the moment, and yeah, hopefully if things ease by that point, if I remember rightly, the date's going to be in July time, hopefully, so if things ease by then and we can get about our lives in a more normal manner, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I probably will likely be covering the first London gaming market for quite some time, because if you go to their website at the minute, I'm still their poster boy, so I'm actually quite pleased about that. I take every opportunity to brag about that. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I've got. So yeah, thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, take care of yourselves. Bye bye.